Welcome to the Real Estate Tech Show, where two of the nation's top experts on real estate share with you their favorite tech tools, tips, and tricks to help you explode your real estate business in productivity and profits. So get strapped in, because Cory and Joe are about to lead you behind the curtain of the most relevant and effective real estate investing tools and strategies on the planet, starting right now.
What's up, Joe McCall?
Hey, call me Healthy Joe McCall. Look at this.
Look at this, man. You're a man on a mission.
I am walking on my new desk treadmill. Well, it's not new. I've had it for about 8 months. I'm newly starting to use it.
Right?
No, but
That's awesome.
It's good, man. Hey, listen, I can hardly hear you, Cory.
You can hardly hear me?
Yeah, something when you were yelling, it screwed up the mic, so I could hardly hear you.
I blew out the mic.
Or something. Now it's better.
I blew out the mic, man.
At least in you know how the computers like auto adjust the volume controls or
right.
something?
Yeah, I think I clipped there for you.
But we'll just keep going because that's the way we roll. Right?
That's right. That's the way we roll. Let's talk about what we got going on today. But before we do, let's remind everybody that they can go get our toolkit, which is at 38470. They can text the number 38470 to text the word tech to 38470, and they can get magically downloaded the link for the toolkit, which gives them our top favorite tools that we use in our business on a daily basis. That's the top 10 that we have on there, right, Joe?
Cory's top 5, my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really it's a useful tool. It's because this is stuff we use all the time, every day.
Absolutely. On top of that, they can go to realestatetechshow.com. We've got the link now. We got to own the domain, and so we'll have all the show notes for today there. You'll also be able to look at the past episodes. So we've got, I think we're on number 11 today, Joe.
That's insane, man. Number 11.
Number 11.
I enjoy this. And one of the favorite reasons why I enjoy this is because I get to talk to Cory. And he just showed me something on my iPhone. We're both iPhone geeks. He just showed me something I thought was so cool that I've never seen before. And it kind of relates to what we're going to be talking about on this podcast, right? We're going to be talking about editing images, signing documents, and stuff like that.
Right. Editing tools, there are some paid editing tools, but there's some free ones. And if you have an iPhone and you have updated to your newest software update, which, as I'm looking at right now, is iOS 11.0.1. Okay, so 11.0.1. What you'll notice is a couple of new things. One particular that Joe is talking about here is the screenshot, right? So whenever you go and do a screenshot on your phone, right?
How do you do that, by the way?
Right, you click on the power button and the home button, right? So you hit it one time and it'll blink. And before that would just save, right, to your phone, right, to your images. However, now what happens is it shows a little thumbnail in the bottom left-hand corner, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the cool thing is, like, I take screenshots all the time. I might see some other investor's website that I think looks good, or I might see something else that something's doing, and I'll take a screenshot of it and save it in Evernote, just for my swipe file, let's say. But
right.
Just recently, I noticed that image kept on showing up on the lower left, and it was annoying to me. Why did they change this? And I kept on flipping it away to the left. But Cory said, well, listen, if you touch the image, it actually opens up into like an editing program.
Right.
Where you can go in and you can highlight things and circle things and do your signatures and write and highlight and arrow and box things. It's really cool because I can see doing this for a lot of different things. Because normally in the past, what I've done is I have taken a screenshot and just emailed it to somebody and then typed in some kind of written instructions or whatever.
Right.
But now you can actually type in or write in these instructions right on the image itself.
It is really cool. And you can do a lot of different editing options on this image, right? So before you'd have to use a paid tool. There are free tools out there, and we'll talk about some of the ones that Joe and I use. But now what's Apple's doing that's really smart is they're learning about all of these different features everyone uses, and they're figuring out ways they can make them native, a part of their experience of working within the Apple community, right? And so one of the things that they're doing is this editing option. So I have this opened up right now, and I want to just talk through a little bit what you can do. So the first thing you can do is you can make the image where it's cropped out. So you can actually pull your finger in and up, and it'll actually change which part of the image that you want to crop and work on. So that's one of the very first things that you can do, which is pretty helpful, because sometimes you do a screenshot and you don't want everything on that surface, right? So you can choose the area. The next thing you can use is the different pins, and these little pins on the bottom are going to be the width of something that you're going to use to digitally digitally sign. So you have a first pin, which is kind of a felt tip. And if you can see this, I just put this, I'm actually going to change the color so they can really see it, Joe, but I'm going to change this to red. So this is the felt tip, right? And so on the felt tip, you'll be able to, let me go back here. On the felt tip, it'll actually be a little bit thicker than your fine tip, right? Because you can see right here, it's a little bit thicker. So that would be for underlining something, maybe circling it to really make it stand out. If you go to the next pin, which is a highlighter, that's great, because then it actually gives you the ability to change the opacity of that background for a letter or for an image. Maybe you're just wanting to highlight it, right? And so you can still see what you've got there, but you can highlight it, make it stand out a little more subtly. And then the next little pin is the sharp pin, and that looks kind of like a pencil, right? And it's a fine tip pin. This one is one you're probably going to use the most, especially if you have a lot to write on the image. And then you have an eraser, and then you have another crop tool that you can actually pull things out of the image, which is very, very cool. And as long as you connect these little dots together, if you've used a crop tool before, you know what that is. And then you can choose your different colors, Joe. So you can do black, white, blue, green, yellow, and red as of right now. And I'm sure later on they'll have different hues that you could make your own hex number with, which is the color combinations. But you can use these primary colors right now. And then one that's very, very exciting, Joe, I'll let you talk about here on the right, which is when you hit the plus button.
You hit the plus button and you can add, it's kind of hard to see on your phone there, but I guess you can see it now. You can add text or your signature, or you can actually magnify things. And or you can call things out. You can draw arrows and boxes and circles and squares. But like I have in mine, my signature, and I don't know how Apple got my signature, by the way, but they did. And so when you click the thing called signature, it'll bring in your signature, and you can make it bigger or smaller and add it into your image. So, Cory, what do you do, though, once you edit your image, you highlight it and write on it or whatever? What can you do with it then?
Yeah, so after you highlight it and write on it, you can also add in this, like you said, this on the plus. You can do text, so you can add in different text. You can choose your fonts that you want. All you have to do on that is you just hold down. So if you hit text, you hold down these little letters, and you'll see right here that you have some different fonts, some different sizes to choose from for your fonts. And you can center it, so you can justify it, center it left or right center. A lot of cool things you can do there. But the one I think is most exciting is the signature, like you just mentioned. And on the app phone right now, you can always turn your phone sideways and sign something. We've been able to do that before, right, Joe? So whenever you're sending a text message or something along those lines, if you turn your phone sideways, you may or may not know this, you can actually create a signature and then save it. So that'll be saved. So that's where they got your signature, Joe. And so now what they did is they have an option where when you click signature, like I'm clicking signature right now, you can just hit add. When you hit add, it's just going to add that signature depending on which one you want to use, it's going to add it onto the image. And that's really helpful, right? Because how many different things do we have on a daily basis in the real estate business that we have to sign or initial, something along those lines? So you can actually create a signature and an initial, and they would both be saved in that same place. So really easy way for you to do editing on images, and it's native to the iPhone.
Or, can you see that? You can take
Yes.
a screenshot of Cory's text that he sends you at midnight and write an angry face on it.
You can do that too, right? You know, some people have notifications completely turned off, but other people have all kinds of things notifying them.
What's funny, I did have notifications off, but my phone it's plugged in and it sits on this thing where it stands up, and it turns on bright and it lights up the entire room. I'm like, what's going on?
Right. That's right. You can do it up. You can do it.
Why is that so funny? I don't get
unhappy face. All right. And then you can also save the image to a Dropbox, right?
Yep.
You can also save the image to your phone, obviously. You can email this out very, very quickly. There's a lot of different things that you can do once you have that image saved.
Yep. Cool. All right. So let's talk about you've written down a list of really good image editing tools. So let's talk first why and when a real estate guy or girl would want to use some of these tools.
Sure. So another tool that you and I use on a pretty daily basis is Droplr, because I've seen your links on Droplr.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't heard of Droplr, again, we'll have this in the notes section. So we use Droplr on a daily basis because of two things. One, it's super fast to be able to share an image by a link. Okay, so that's one of the fastest, one of the quickest ways to share the image. Now, obviously, iPhone is creating this option for you to share these images very quickly, so that's great. But with Droplr, whenever you create an image and you edit it up, it has a lot of different editing tools that you can use. You can, once you save that image, it automatically creates a link. And that link now does a couple of things. One, if you wanted to send a link to someone, it's very, very, it doesn't use up a lot of space. That's one of the very first things. So if they click on it, they can see everything that you've edited there without having to use up a lot of space in case you're trying to save space. The other thing is that it's really secure. So whenever you, depending on if you have a paid Droplr account, which I do, I believe you do as well.
Yeah.
You can upload documents in there. You can upload images. You can upload audio in there. You can upload videos in there. There actually has a tool on Droplr that you can add to your desktop that you can create little images and create little videos. So it's got a lot of functionality to it. But what I really like about it, Joe, is whenever I save an image on my phone, it automatically will upload to Droplr. So it's got some automatic features
and it'll
to it.
It'll put the URL in your clipboard, so you can copy and paste that clipboard, that link, onto an email or whatever. What you don't want to be, you don't want to be that guy, and you've seen this, Cory, who takes a picture of their screen from their phone and then tries to email you a 6 megabyte file. Okay, you don't want to be that guy who takes pictures from a phone of your screen. You can just, click. I forget what the control keys are. I'm still kind of stuck on Jing. I use Jing a lot, there's a few little issues I don't like about Jing, but Droplr, a lot more people are using that. But it's cool. You just do a couple, 2 or 3 keys on your keypad. It automatically snaps a picture of your screen, and then you can edit things. And I use that all the time. Like if I have an issue with my website and I want my virtual assistant to update or whatever, I can just take a snapshot of it, draw some arrows, write in some text, and take that image as a URL. I'm not emailing the actual image. I'm just emailing the URL by text or in Slack or by Skype or whatever to my VA, and my VA then knows exactly what they need to do. There's no going back and forth. There's no questions. I don't need to get on the phone and talk to them. Right.
Yeah. So Droplr is great. We use that one together on a daily basis. The other one that I use on a
By
daily
the way,
basis.
how do you spell Droplr?
It's Droplr, I believe. It's not, that doesn't have an A in there.
Or E.
Right. So I believe it doesn't have the A in there. So we'll make sure they have the right link in the show notes.
Yeah. And Jing, if anybody's interested, just Google it. Jing. It's made by TechSmith. You know, it seems like they haven't updated it in years because it's kind of looks clunky and old. It still has the bubbly buttons with that shine.
Right.
So, but it works. I like it.
Cool. A lot of people like Jing, and a lot of people like it because they've already created a lot of videos and things with Jing, and it's saved. You have different space that basically you're purchasing through Jing if you have a paid account. The free accounts would only limit you to a certain amount of space, but now they've changed that around. So it's a great service. A lot of people use it. I believe it's by Camtasia, right? That's who's one of the makers of Jing is.
TechSmith, which owns Camtasia.
Which owns Camtasia. Got it. Right. Okay, so the next one is one I use in another one of our projects right now called Grateful Project on a daily basis, and it's called Stencil.
You're still doing Grateful Project?
Grateful Project every single day. Yep.
Every single day. This is an important little bunny trail. Just talk briefly about what Grateful Project's all about, Cory.
Sure. So Grateful Project is a reason every day to be grateful. And it can be something as profound, as something that just really makes you go deep and think about life and some of the reasons to be grateful there. Or it can be something just as general as, a bench. You're grateful to be able to sit down on a bench and relax and not have to walk around everywhere. And so it started whenever I went through a bout with thyroid cancer, and what came out of that was we created a group, and we found a lot of like-minded people that were affected by cancer, someone in their family or that themselves have been affected. And I just started posting a reason every day to be grateful. Today we're on day 1222. 1223 today, I'm sorry.
1,223.
1,223 days will be today. Awesome. And it's a reason to be grateful, every day. And so you can go to gratefulproject.org to simply get the Facebook group there. You'll see a lot of folks that start their grateful projects. And I know many, many folks. I think we have over 20,000 members now, 15,000 in that group. And then we have another group that's called the Prayer Project that's similar. But we've got over 15,000 people that are actively working inside the Grateful Project, and they start their own projects, and they post a reason every day to be grateful. You can see a bracelet here that I've got. I give away these bracelets, and all you have to do is go to gratefulproject.org, and I'll send you a bracelet. All you do is take care of the shipping and handling. We got folks that order those. I mean, actually, they continue ordering them every day. I mean, every month, and they give them away. And we love that too. That was a part of the initial vision of Grateful Project, was people ordering these bracelets and giving them away. We gave them away to homeless folks. We gave them away to people in hospitals that needed to have some reason to be grateful. Gave away people that were, of course, sick and finding different cancer programs to be able to encourage people that way. So, yeah, great benefit, lots of great positivity that comes from it, and we're still kind of focusing on where we want to move next with it.
Very nice. I like this, man. Looks good.
Yeah, appreciate that.
All right, so what's the other tool
so
you're
get Stencil. Stencil is one of the if you follow the Grateful Project, you'll notice that every day all of the images look kind of same, all of the layout looks the same. You might be thinking, wow, how do you keep it that looking the same? Well, Get Stencil is one of the greatest editors that I know of. It's a paid editor, but why I love it is because it is as close to Photoshop as you're going to get without having the massive brain damage. So if you ever use Photoshop, you get kind of lost in all of the different options, right? So there's a lot of great things you can do, but 95% of them you don't use. You only use about 5% of the really core things for editing. And, I'm not someone that wanted to get bogged down with, all these different options that you can use for image editing. So Get Stencil really found a way to make it very, very simple and convenient for you to go in and edit images and create these layouts and templates, if you will, for each one of your projects. So we have the Grateful project. We have a layout. All we have to do is I go in, I can switch out the background. I use Upsplash and I use Pexel for images that you can use that are royalty free.
Are you doing these
they're
images
royalty-free
yourself?
images. Yeah, they're royalty-free images, and I choose the images myself on a daily basis.
Wow. That's a lot of work, isn't it?
Well, it's something that I really enjoy. It's something that I haven't outsourced on purpose because I enjoy the process. I enjoy going through and thinking about what that looks like and what it means. And so, again, it's something I really enjoy, almost a labor of love. So it takes right now I got it down to about 10 minutes. So it takes me about 10 minutes to do a Grateful project. And that would be a lot longer, Joe, if I didn't have Stencil. So
Wow.
We'll have the link there in the show notes. It's called Get Stencil. I'm telling you, it is one of the greatest editing tools I've ever used, and I've used a lot of them. The second one that probably comes close, and this is a free tool. It is a free tool. You can use what they have as an option is that whenever you want to add little special effects and cool other images and cool layouts, that you're charged 99 cents for each one of these. Now, you have a lot of free options on this tool, but they have paid option too. And this tool is called Canva. Have you ever heard of Canva before, Joe?
Yeah, I have. I've looked at it once, and I might
Canva's great.
I think I have their iPhone app.
It's a fantastic iPhone app, and it is very easy to use, very similar to Stencil, except you don't have a lot of the templates that you can save in a way that what makes it easy to switch out images. Canva does give you a lot of different options on sizes. So does Stencil. It does give you ways that you can change out and make images transparent. So does Stencil. But one thing that does is it almost creates like a store, if you will, for different images and different effects that you can add to your images, right, for 99 cents. So they're more of a la carte paid version once you start using it, but a fantastic tool. I know lots of folks that use Canva. You can't go wrong with using Canva.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the images I created. This must have been a year ago, and they look really good. I don't know why I stopped using it.
Yeah, it's a great tool. The last one I think we all know of, but we probably don't use it in the way that we're going to discuss here, and it's called Dropbox. Nothing new. Everybody's heard of Dropbox before, but you probably didn't know about a little feature that you could go in the preferences of Dropbox, and you can actually set it up where whenever you save an image on Dropbox, it can copy to your clipboard. So just like you discussed with Droplr, right, and the ones that we use with Droplr, you can do the same thing completely for free on Dropbox, right? So that's one of the cool features, and you'll have to check out that inside of your preferences in Dropbox. It's a simple little checkbox that you can use to create a link for a copied link to your clipboard, so you can share that link and it goes to your Dropbox. The next thing, Joe, is Dropbox made some new updates, and they allow you now, whenever you open a PDF or a document inside of Dropbox. So here's the key. You have to go into the Dropbox app, and you have to open that. And if you open it within Dropbox, you can sign things for free, right? You can go in there and you can actually sign documents inside there. And once you do and you hit save, it saves the signed version into Dropbox. Now, iPhone also has this native ability as well. There's a little toolbox in iPhone whenever you open up a PDF, when you open up an image by mostly, I think it's a PDF, there's a little toolbox on the bottom of your image. So if you're going to open up a PDF on iPhone, there's a little toolbox. You click on it, and you can actually sign and edit that document using your iPhone. So another way, before this newest update came out, another way that you could do that was using this core functionality inside of iPhone.
The cool thing about that too is that you can When what I'm trying to say here, when you're signing it with the iPhone app, you can open it up, sign it, and when you click done or something, it automatically puts that back in the email as a reply. Does that make sense?
And it says signed.
Yes,
too.
with
So
your
it
stuff
shows,
on it.
Yeah, it says signed. So it changes the file name to signed, so you know it was signed.
Right now, while we're talking, I'm going to look for one and do that, because that is super cool. Because it's been a little hard to sign things in the past, where like I get a PDF, I have to open it with another program, right? Sign it with another program, then either like if I can email it back to the person through that program, but then I have to get their email address and copy and paste their email address, or that's hard to do. Or you can like upload it to Dropbox and Drive and get a URL, copy that URL, go back to the email, send them a link. But now when you can do it inside of the email app, that's the coolest thing, because you can sign it right then and there and send it.
Now here's the next level, okay? Here's the next level. If you use CanScam, which we talked about before, but as one of the top 10 or the top 5 for us, it's called Cam Scanner. I'm gonna put this up to so you can see the icon. So it's called Cam Scanner. I don't know if you can see this or not. Little green icon says CS on it. What you can do is, if you saved an image, so imagine somebody sent you something to sign. Hey, an agent sent you something, said, I need you to sign and agree to this contract, this offer that came in. Okay, great. You could sign it really quickly on your image. So now you got it on the image. Now you could send it back as an image signed. We already talked about how easy it is. But what if you needed to turn it into a PDF? How could you turn it into a PDF super quickly? So if you go to CamScan and you click on the little icon to the right, you can add an image into CanScan. And then once you do, it now says, what do you want to do with it? So you can share it on CanScam now as many different format types. You can share it all kinds of format types, and one of those is a PDF. So I recently just did this. We had an addendum that came across that I needed to sign. So I signed it, and then I sent it back over to our agent. And agent said, can you send it to me as a PDF? And I thought, yeah, I can do that, right? But I didn't have to take an hour to do it. I just went to CanScam, uploaded it, saved it as a PDF, and emailed it in 5 minutes later, just like that, right? And so, again, another great tool that you can use. It's a paid tool. CanScam's a paid tool, but totally worth it. I think I paid $5 for that tool.
Look at this. Since my camera's so much better, you don't have to focus than
Right.
Cory's. But here's an email with a PDF attached to the bottom. I'm going to open up the PDF. You can see it's a contract on a certain property. You see that?
Yep.
It's a contract.
Yep.
There's a little button on the upper right. It looks like a pen, right?
Yep.
I'm going to click on that, and then I get the icons on the bottom. Do you see that?
I do.
And I'm just going to zoom in and sign my signature. Do you see that?
I do.
Then I click the word done.
Yep.
Then it gives me the option, reply all or new message. I'm going to do reply all. Boom. And it created a new email with that PDF as the attachment on the top of the email. And that PDF has my signature, my initial in it right then and there. And if I click send, the person who sent me that email will get that PDF with my signature on it. And that took me 5 seconds.
5 seconds to do, right? And what's cool about that, it's not just a link. Right? It's an actual PDF, which some places will have an issue with. Some title companies right now will not open links. They will not open links, okay? So it's real important that they want you to send the actual attachment as a PDF. So this allows you to do this on a mobile device.
Really cool.
Very
cool.
What
are some of the other tools you had?
I think that's it. I think we talked about, PicMonkey is the last one. Do you use PicMonkey?
No. What is PicMonkey?
So PicMonkey is pretty cool. It's a paid tool as well, but it has a free version. And what I like about PicMonkey is that you can go in and you can really create these transparent images very quickly. You can remove backgrounds very, very quickly. So I use PicMonkey primarily if I want to remove the background of something very quickly, then make it super simple to do that. So, there's different reasons that you want to remove the background for images. Oftentimes, it's either for a social media post, or maybe you're trying to add in a couple of other images, and the background's kind of it's kind of distracting from what you want. But a simple tool that you can use. They also have a collage feature in there. Again, very cool for social media posts. Things that you can add in there. I also more or less use this one for more of a personal tool, not all the time for a business tool, but it's a great one. And the last thing you can do is you can do touch-ups in there very quickly too. So sometimes if your eyes are come out red, there's a glare somewhere, you can make these touch-ups inside of PicMonkey super fast. And it's great to work on the browser too. So one of the best ones I found outside of probably Get Stencil that is good for browser.
I had no idea, Cory, you were this into photography and graphic design and stuff like that. I'm impressed.
Well, it's something that I think is more or less becoming something that's mandatory. There's so many people that are wanting to answer very quickly, right? And this idea of speed and this idea of being able to quickly manipulate things, images per se, or documents per se, in a very quick manner, so you can get your offer out faster. You can, get the deal. And so time, they say time is money, but I believe also you got to get with the times, right? Because if you don't get with the times, that's okay for you per se, but they're still going to pass you by, right? So you have a choice. You can either let these things control you, or you can control these things. Now, you might think, I'm not, this sounds like very geeky to me, Cory. Well, okay, so it might sound a little geeky to you.
Go listen to another show. What are you listening to this show for?
I can tell you that you're listening to the show for a reason, right? You are interested in using technology to help make your business better, make things faster. But at the end of the day, why does all that matter? Because you want to make more money in your business. You want to get the deal faster. You want to have the edge on someone else. And I can assure you right now, whenever you learn a few of these tools that we discussed and start using them, it will absolutely give you the edge. It'll give you the advantage. And the funny thing is, you think, well, everybody's using that. No, they're not. They are really not. The things that we're discussing on this show, they might sound, everybody's heard of Dropbox. You'd be surprised. You get 100 people in the room, they've all heard of Dropbox, but are they using it with the copy board functionality with the URL that you can quickly share an image from your Dropbox like that? No, they're not. Do they know about the signature functionality that as long as you open it up with the app on your phone, you can sign a document very quickly? No, they don't know about that. Do they know that you can run presentations through Dropbox? Yeah, you can run full-blown presentations through Dropbox. No, they don't know about that. And the reason is because everybody hears about these technology tools, but they don't use them. So the whole point of this show is to show you how Joe and I are using technology tools to our advantage to give us the edge.
Well, and why we're using them. So right. What's the point of this stuff? But cool. Well, this has been a good show. Cory, I appreciate it. Thanks for you sharing some really cool things. And
I bet you've walked. How long do you think you've walked so far? Like, do you have steps down there? Are you tracking?
Well, it says 2 hours and 16 minutes.
So you've been on it for you just got on that thing. You haven't been on it for 2 hours.
That's what it says. Maybe it's for the week.
Okay, I'll take that. Take that for the week. Well, I think it's great. I think it's great that you're doing that. What is that desk called? What is that walking? Is it a? Maybe we should put that inside the show notes because people are going to be asking about that.
You know what? I got their cup holder right here.
There you go.
It's called VARIDESK.
VARIDESK. Very cool.
So VARIDESK, what it is, it's a platform that stands on top of your existing desk. So I'm actually putting my standing desk on top of another standing desk that broke. Yes. So I bought a standing desk at IKEA. It doesn't work anymore. And yeah, I could take it back, but that's going to be a pain in the butt. That's going to take me all day. And so I just went and bought a VARIDESK that stands up on top of my stand-up desk, and I have this walking treadmill I put underneath, and it's got this. It's not like a treadmill that has the board right here.
Right.
So there's a console type of a thing that sits on my desk, my standing desk that doesn't stand anymore. It sits down there, and so I just, I try to work. It's not the most convenient thing because I don't have a lot of desk space, right? So like I have a little space right here for my mouse. My laptop's right here. I have another monitor right here, but I do wish I had more desk space. I had less clutter. But
well, I'm gonna encourage you on this too, okay? Because you see this? This just came in.
FitDesk.
FitDesk. You see this?
FitDesk. What do you do with that?
And you see how big this is?
Yeah.
This actually expands. So exactly speaking to what you talked about, because I have my FitDesk right over here. Here's my FitDesk. I don't know if you can see this or not. But my FitDesk is right here. So
it looks like a bicycle.
Yeah, it looks like a little bicycle.
I don't know if everybody can see you, but
they can. They can see, but if they can't see, they can hear, obviously. So see this right here? So if I put my arms here like this, you see this?
Kind of.
So
I see it. I don't know if people on the podcast see
it. I can do this right here, right? I can do a little kind of different kind of exercise, but if I don't want to do that, I've got a little desk right here. So you see this? I got a desk.
Yeah.
I've got paper towels over here, but I got a desk. So I can do this over here. Now, if I bought this extension kit that you just saw called FitDesk Extension Kit, so it's going to expand it out to here. So now I can put my coffee here. I can put my laptop here.
You can put your soda there and your hamburger too.
I can put my soda and my hamburger and my chicken wings. Right, and my pizza
and your
up
beer.
Here. Maybe if I got a double decker, I could put my pizza up here.
And your beer.
And my beer.
I love it. How can I get one?
But anyway, these are actually not that expensive. They're called the FitDesk. I'm gonna show this right here. FitDesk.
Get yourself.
I gotta tell you, man. I think I spent under $200 for the FitDesk, and I get on that thing every day, Joe, and I go over here and I pedal and I start doing it, and you can really, it really is one of those things where you take a break, get that blood running in, because if you're sitting in a desk all day,
oh yeah,
you got to get blood running.
Hey,
so,
let's talk about those 20 sets of cushions that you're sitting on there.
Well, the cushions are really, really important, believe it or not, because where you're sitting all day is it matters, right? So you've got to have some memory foam kind of situations here. But this one is this one's called the Contour.
Do you have a bad back? Does your back give you a hard time?
No, my back is great, but I don't want to have a bad back, right? So it's a preventative measure, and whenever you do this, most people slouch. But if you put this behind you right here, it makes you kind of stand up.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's really good on your back. Maybe one other episode we'll talk about cushions and chairs and things like that.
It's interesting. You can't see it, but over here is my leather desk, my leather chair. I used to have a big wooden desk. Got rid of it. I wanted something thinner, lighter. But I would sit down all the time. And when I got this thing and started walking more, I had less back pain. One of the reasons I started losing weight, but I'm not sitting down on my butt, and my back hurts a lot. It doesn't hurt hardly at all anymore.
Right.
I try to get a massage once a week, once every 2 weeks, believe it or not. And that's awesome. If you can, if you can do that, I want to find a chiropractor that also does a massage, or because you can never get one to do both, right?
Right.
But if anybody in St. Louis knows of a massage therapist that will adjust your back, please let me know. Please.
There's some kind of like monthly. I saw it in like Fast Company or something. They're like a franchise growing right now, but it's like some kind of monthly massage thing that you pay for like $99 a month.
That's what I do. It's massage. I use Massage Lux. There's also Massage Envy.
Massage Envy. That's what it is. Yeah, it's called Massage Envy.
Oh, it's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, I heard about that. Well, that's cool. I think we completely derailed from editing tools, but that's fine. That's how we roll. So
you could have the best tech in the world, but if your body is out of shape and you are in pain, it sucks.
It does suck. But I think, you know what? I think if we get enough interest on this, we'll do an episode about the cushions, which ones to buy, the FitDesk, the VARIDESK. I think people would be interested in that.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh, one more thing. Let me show you. Let me kill myself while I stop this. All right, almost killed myself. Hold on, watch. Look at this thing.
Oh, wow. What is that? What is that?
Hold on. Do you know what that is?
No. What is that?
It's a thing that you stand on when you are at your desk. And so when you're standing, you put it on the ground, and it's got different things in here where you can, and it's foamy. It's all foam, but it forces you to like stretch your foot, put it in different positions. You're not just in one spot the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So like you can stretch your calf, you can stretch your ankle, you can, it just forces you to put your foot in a different position all the time, and it's really comfortable. If you have a stand-up desk, well, here's what it's called. It's called the Ergo Driven. Ergo Driven.
The Ergo Driven.
Bought it on Amazon. I had a friend in Nashville recommend this to me. He works from home. He's a minimalist, sorta, and so he's gotten rid of all of his stuff. He only keeps like the most essential things, and he uses a stand-up desk, and he uses this thing with it. It's amazing. Like, I'm not sore after standing all day with this thing.
I'm gonna have to check that out. So one of the other things I haven't talked about yet is, I don't know if you see this or not.
Whoa.
So I have this under my desk. So what I do is I stand on this when I'm setting, right? So this is when I get up. I have to get up and ride the bike. But on this, so you can do this right here. But you can actually do this while you're setting down. So believe it or not, you can get your legs moving while you're setting down too. So
do you use that a lot?
Yeah, it's under my desk. So it's perfect because you want your legs to be doing something, right? You don't want to have your legs. The whole point of the challenge for sitting at a desk for too long is because you're not moving, right? So I don't know if you can see this right here with my knees like this. So I'll just go like this.
That looks very uncomfortable.
Well, it's not the point of comfort, but you can get some blood moving that way. So there's all kinds of little hacks, right, that you can use to get some blood moving. The point is being aware that when you set too long, you're gonna probably create some challenges later on in life. So you need to be thinking about those things now. Get up every once in a while and move your body.
Good advice, man. Good advice. Look, my thing says 5 hours now. I've been walking for 5 hours.
That thing's like the most encouraging timer.
It says 3.18 miles. I think that's since yesterday. I don't think it starts new every day. It should. I'll have to look at the settings. But anyway, no wonder.
All right, so Joe, you go get your stuff taken care of. Good episode today.
Yeah, man.
I think we'll talk more about some of these exercise things and some of these tools that we're using to break up some of the monotonous time for sitting at a desk later on.
Sounds good, Cory. Take care. See you guys. Hey, wait. Go to realestatetechshow.com to get our top 10 favorite tech tools for the real estate agent, the real estate investor, if you're in the real estate business. And also, if you are listening in your car while you're driving, after you pull over, text the word tech, TECH, to 38470, 38470, and we'll get that to you right away. Hey, good show.
Absolutely. See you later, bro.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Real Estate Tech Show with Cory and Joe. Make sure you download Cory and Joe's toolkit by going to realestatetechshow.com or texting the word tech to 38470. And don't forget to leave a review of this podcast on iTunes or Google Play and share it with your friends on your favorite social media platforms. We appreciate you listening.